Today, we're going to talk through this loaded college basketball slate, find some winners on the ice, and let's cash another squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. A kid in full hockey fit pulls up and sits right in front of you, and you can't see a thing. This might be more of a me guy move than just bringing your glove to a game. At least your glove is not right in the people behind you's face. I'm not trying to grow my bones anymore. My bones are grown, bro. I don't need to drink milk. I'm not a baby. You know who drinks milk? Babies and children. I don't put milk in my coffee. I drink black coffee like a grown-up. He ain't throwing a pick. If I could speak another language, I'd say it in that one too. It's time to dust off old Krabs again, take the less than half a pick, and f***ing cash with me tonight. Tail it, fade it, I don't give a shit. I'm making money on it. What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 821 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs Jovan, presented by Pikkit Sports. Big day for Pikkit Sports. Jovan, they just dropped their, I forget what they call it, but they're Pikkit Wrapped. Okay, they're Pikkit Wrapped, so it's like Spotify Wrapped, but for your bets. So even if you don't use Pikkit right now and you're asking yourself, oh, that's actually, that sounds pretty cool. How do I get involved? You could still download Pikkit right now. You could sync up all your books. Go back and find all your bets from the past year. It might take a minute or two, but you could still get your Pikkit Wrapped. You can still check it out and download it right now. So go over there to the App Store or Google Play and download Pikkit before you forget, and check out how you did this year, right? I saw, pretty good recap overall, and, lost some money on some goats, lost some money on Aaron Judge. I know Jovan was, one leg away on a parlay from making like $10,000, and he could have bought Infinity McAllister jerseys, right? Pretty cool recap. Pretty cool to see, a look back into the Big 2-5, see how you did with your bets overall. So go check it out. Jovan, am I missing anything here? The Pikkit Wrapped is pretty fire. Always a fun time of the year.
Yeah, pretty sick.
Yep.
I think you got most of the categories. I still need to go through some of the categories. I kind of clicked through it a little fast after I was distracted by McAllister. But go on for people who can't see it in the chat, go on the homepage, and there's a little tab where you can click on it, and it says your Pikkit like year in review, and then it'll pop up, and you can click through all of the different categories it gives you.
Yep. W Breakdown, W Pikkit. Use Pikkit every single day and twice on Sundays. Okay, get involved. Don't just sit there. Start utilizing Pikkit every day, just like us. Okay, we got Gabe Rod getting involved with a resub. What a sweat last night. Let's have another day, fellas. W day yesterday. Another W sweats in the books. It's crazy. When Trent leaves, good things happen. And last night, once again, Trent had to dip. And as soon as he did, all the great things started happening. We cashed the under. We went nuts. And what a squad ride that was. Death, taxes, and an under in a primetime football game. They've been paying. They've been paying the last couple months, give or take. It's always good to see unders coming through. The no fun wagers, cashing right in our pockets. When everybody's saying, ooh, I want fun, I want touchdowns, I want points. No, we're here to make money. Okay, we're here to win. And that's how we have fun. W under. Jalen Hurts is just horrendous. Need to go ahead and get that out there as well. He is bad at throwing footballs. Now, he had a couple throws. The two good throws he had didn't mean a ton. I guess the Devonta Smith bomb was a good throw. I'll give him the credit on that pass. The pass to A.J. Brown in the end zone that he butterfingered once again. That guy drops a couple passes a game. He acts like he's him. He has a couple drops a game. I'd rather have Terry McLaurin on my team. Those were great passes. But the rest of his throws, Jovan, terrible. Looked like college Jalen Hurts. Looked like the Jalen Hurts we saw from years past. Not Super Bowl champion last year, Jalen Hurts. That's for sure.
That's for sure. He was god awful. And you can tell by the lack of Eagles fans splooging in chat.
Yeah, they're silent as church mice. Embarrassing. Even Ethan, our editor, who's an Eagles fan, unfortunately for him, he tried to squeak in the office today silently, right? Didn't say much, just kind of slid down his chair, a little grimace on his face, and thought we wouldn't bring it up. First thing I said to him, didn't say hello. I said, how about Jalen Hurts last night? Dog shit performance. Absolute dog shit performance. Good to see a quarterback who we've been talking shit about for years looked like shit. After one good season last year, let's all crown this guy the next big quarterback, the next big thing, a winner. People call him a winner. He's lost 3 games in a row. He's got some of the best receivers in the NFL. He can't even hit him in the hands. He's not a winner. He won once. That time is over. And this Eagles team, this ain't your mom and pa's Eagles from last year. That's for sure. Something's off on offense. Their defense, I'll tip cap their defense is good. And their defense, just like last year, has gotten a lot better in the middle. And I'm assuming they'll continue to look good towards the end of the season, but they're peaking at the right time. The offense, though, Jovan, is it the O-line? Is it just Jalen Hurts sucking and being a tight end, pretty much like watching Kyron Jones under center? What is it for this Eagles team that's, costing them wins in the Big 2-5?
I don't know. I mean, it's clearly Jalen Hurts.
Could be
That's
the
the
Kyron
majority.
Jones effect. Yeah.
Kyron Jones effect. Yeah.
Yep.
They love to blame all the injuries and the offensive line, but look back at those picks. How many times is he getting pressured in the face in those picks? It's not like for all the injuries they have on the offensive line, and I am very familiar with those injuries because I have to watch it every single week. I see Baker getting ran out of the pocket 2 seconds in every single play. Hurts hasn't really been pressured all that much for all the injuries they have, and especially on the turnovers, there's no real excuse. All of those, he had a pretty clean pocket, so he's just really bad.
I think he's just bad at football. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's slow. He isn't accurate. I mean, last night he had 5 turnovers. Not exaggerating. He had a 5-piece.
Wasn't it 6 with the double fumble?
I don't think they counted officially the double fumble. It should be
technically
6. First guy ever to have 2 turnovers on one play. Incredible. But I think they only count 1. So he had 5 turnovers last night. What a joke. Feel bad for the city of Philly. Those people need something positive in their lives. They're not getting it right now.
The one positive, I guess, out of last night for them is that Saquon finally looked good.
Saquon did look good, and then towards the end of the game, they just stopped feeding him.
Yeah, I mean, you got
what was up with that?
You're in overtime, touchdown wins the game. You're in the red zone, just about, I think, if not in the red zone.
Yeah.
Let's let Jalen Hurts air it out for his 5th turnover on the line.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Just god awful play calling.
Yeah,
but that's just.
It's just. Justin Herbert. Speaking of Justin Herbert was running around like he was prime Jalen Hurts.
Lamar
had surgery a week ago, and he was running around like he was healthy as an ox and had 10 carries for I think 6
Talk about
yards.
A guy who had pressure in his face. I mean,
the entire
half
game,
a second all night, all game, and he found a way.
He found a way. He took what the defense gave him. He ran and scrambled for first downs when need be, something Jalen Hurts didn't even sniff last night. I mean, the amount of times Jalen Hurts could have broken out of that pocket, but the guy is slow as molasses, decides to just run out on a damn bootleg and throw the ball out of bounds every single time. Hard to watch. What happened to the Jalen Hurts we used to know and love that would run the rock up the middle like a beast? He's gone. He's gone.
What an awful attempt at that last night.
Yep.
Any comments on post-game Mekhi Herbert Krabs? Sure you saw that.
What was up with that?
I don't know.
That was weird. Just stand there for 1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute.
You're also you're the quarterback of the winning team. It's not like you should be caught off guard. You know they're going to come up for an interview. Why are you pissed and be a dick about it?
He was trying to juke out Laura Rutledge. I've never seen something like that. He was visibly pissed off. And what do you say? I want to go celebrate with my teammates. You can celebrate in 45 seconds.
Yeah,
answer 3 questions real quick and get out of there. You're paid hundreds of millions of dollars. Part of the reason why you're paid that much is to do interviews like that post game. Do your interview. You don't have to do backflips and cartwheels. You don't have to put on a suit and tie. You don't have to talk for an hour. 45 seconds, 3 questions, you're out of there. Go celebrate with your team. Weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
You just won a primetime game and you're going on the Madison beer, dude.
Yeah, maybe Madison doesn't let him talk to Laura.
Maybe he was thinking she would get jealous. Yeah, talking to Laura Rutledge. That could be it.
That could be a valid concern.
That could be it. Maybe he'd be getting in trouble when he gets home.
Yeah.
Man, and I still think A.J. Brown is just the worst. Sure, Herbert pulled the me guy move last night, but A.J. Brown on the last drive when they're about to lose, getting a couple first downs. Ooh, good for him. Banging on his freaking chest like he's Hercules when the team's losing and sucking. He makes
Can't
one
forget,
play, he makes
too.
it all about himself.
Can't forget the one pick that Jalen Hurts threw that was not his fault, was the one that
No, it
went
was actually
through
right off
A.J.
A.J.
Brown's
Brown's
head.
fingertips. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yep.
all that bitching can't catch rock. It's no coincidence the second they start feeding him for a couple games, they start to look like absolute dog piss.
Yeah, it's actually crazy because he doesn't get the rock a ton. They win. He complains because he doesn't care about winning. He cares about himself. Then the last 3 games, he gets 10 plus targets in all 3 of those games. He gets fed. He gets over 100 yards in all 3 of those games. Has a bunch of touchdowns. No last night, though. W recap. And he's probably happier now as long as his stats look good. He couldn't give 2 hoots about the team losing those 3 games. They've lost all 3 of those games since he was bitching and since he's been getting fat. Unbelievable. Hilarious turn of events. He was bitching hard when the team was winning and he wasn't doing anything. And now he's getting the rock plenty, getting plenty of targets. They're losing and he's not bitching about shit. It's hilarious. Probably part of the reason why that team sucks. He's got a bunch of A.J. Brown me guys running around. Sad to see.
Is he top of the list right now for you, Krabs? Number 1.
Number 1 me guy, banging on his chest, saying I'm him. When he's dropping touchdowns that could win the team in a game, he's dropping passes that lead to interceptions. Yeah, sure, he had 100 yards last night. He had 12 targets. He better have 100 yards. Are you kidding me?
Could have like 100. I don't know how long the touchdown pass would have been, but between that and the one that he dropped, probably 150 plus.
Yep. Thoughts on Diaz going to the Dodgers? Not good.
I mean, it's just like
not good.
It's a never-ending cycle, dude. They just
Not
have endless pockets.
I mean, we act like Diaz is the best closer in the league.
He's one of them, Goots.
And he blows games like it's his job.
He's highest paid closer in baseball now.
Yeah, it should not be.
He's been dialed in the last couple of years. Dialed in.
When he's healthy, he's just ridiculous.
He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. That is bad for baseball. Krabs, did we let Brent Pry hiring get swept yesterday? I mean, what else is there to say, man? It's weird. Bringing him home. Good for him putting his, I don't know, putting his anger to the side after he gets canned mid-season. Say, I'm willing to come back. I think it shows you the type of person Brent Pry is. And he was very loved amongst, the boosters, the alumni, the people down there in Southwest Virginia, the mountain people, right? He was beloved by them. He just was a shithead coach. So I don't hate the move, putting him back at coordinator where he was very, very successful. Let's not forget he got the job at VT because he was one of, if not the best defensive coordinator in college football at Penn State in a very competitive conference. If he could just turn back the clock and figure that out, and maybe he's not a play caller, maybe he's not a situational guy, maybe he's not a timeouts guy, he's not a game manager, right? He knows how to coordinate a defense. That's for sure. He did it for damn near a decade at Penn State. So, I'm not mad about it. Is it weird? Yeah. Would I have picked it? No. But is it okay? And am I going to roll with it? Sure. Welcome back, Brent Pry. He's a Hokie at heart. Hey, I talked about it, I know, semi-jokingly, when James Franklin got announced as the head coach. I said, this does not happen without Brent Pry. It all makes a lot more sense now, doesn't it? I'm sure him and his buddy Brent Pry have been talking plenty over the last couple of weeks, and this has probably been a known thing or in the works for damn near the whole time James Franklin's been the head coach. So shout out Brent Pry. Welcome back to Blacksburg. Always welcome. Always welcome. See how it goes. Now, the OC we just hired, we'll see how that goes because we got the tight end coach and the assistant offensive coordinator or the co-offensive coordinator from Penn State is coming over to be our OC. People are bitching. They're saying, oh, we have all this money for coaches now. We should have a better OC coming in. James Franklin's going to bring his guys in. He's going to bring his guys in. He's going to be loyal. He's going to bring in guys he knows, he's comfortable with. I don't know why we're surprised he's bringing in more Penn State guys. We knew that was coming. Certainly better than the coaches we've had call plays recently. So excited to see how it goes. And yeah, apparently the best tight end coach in the country. A guy who's coached Tyler Warren, a guy who's coached Brendan Strange, a guy who's coached Pat Fryermuth, a guy who's coached one or two other tight ends that I'm blanking on their names, but the best tight end coach in the country, and we have one of the best tight ends committed to VT for next year. So I'm in. Let's go, Hokies. All right, let's move He's going to bring back Brad Cornelison. That's probably where I would draw the line. That's probably
Yeah,
where
what
I
do
would
you
draw
do
the
if
line.
you
Yeah.
Pry and Cornelison back on the same staff?
Yeah, that's the last thing the world needs, to be honest. I'm curious to hear Easy Puck's thoughts on the offensive coordinator we just poached from Penn State, the tight ends coach. I'm assuming he has good things to say about him. I'm hearing good things. Hearing good things. All right, can we recap the Sharp report from yesterday? See how we did overall. A tale of two different slates. Right
Yeah,
here.
no, you carry for Krabs.
I thought you were about to go undefeated at one point.
I mean, it was
People are
looking
saying
out
that
for
in
a
the
while.
chat.
I was looking out for a while.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. Started with UNO, nothing after.
And even UNO got weird. Oh.
Yeah, UNO got sweaty. They're up like 25.
They're up 25 the whole game, then they were losing with a couple seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
They end up pulling out a win. So W play there. And W, we'll talk about it in a second, but that's a king of the board win as well. But I'll toot my own horn here for a minute. Pacers, sweaty, not going to lie. A little sweaty as well, but hey.
That was the UNO script.
They came through, yep.
And
Same script.
got it close, ended up coming through.
I mean, every single one of these plays were sweaty as mom.
Yep. Shout out Tony Jefferson, Utes guy, Ravens guy, right, for that pick. Just a horrendous throw by Jalen Hurts. Horrendous. Shout out Sully for 3 picks last night in the Monsters Inc. game. I mean, he was cracked. Absolutely cracked.
Defensive player of the year potentials.
Sully MVP. He was everywhere. He was like Troy Polamalu out there. Levine less than free. The McConkey AJ Brown square, Hall of Fame square.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame square.
Should have had 2
McConkey,
touchdowns and did not.
McConkey didn't do squat. AJ Brown, I mean, he had that touchdown that was called back. Sure. Ooh. He had another touchdown that was dropped. Ooh, catch the ball then. Catch it.
Yeah, it's almost better that one was sweaty, so you can just chirp AJ Brown for not chalking it.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, man, just a bad guy. Bad guy.
Horrible guy.
Yep. Horrible. Sully legacy game when I bet on Mike W. Yep. Can't make it up, Tyler J. And shout out the Eagles for finding a way to blow that game. All right. Very dialed, Krabs. Yeah, pretty good day yesterday. 4-1. We take it. Let's run it back.
Great day for Krabs.
Run it back. Great day for Jovan on King of the Board. That's for sure.
Yep.
That's how you start 1-0.
Start 1-0.
Sure.
Krabs, it might be doubling up on slate of week today.
Yeah, I might have to do a 2-piece today. Although, you're looking at the slate. There's one play I'm in love with. I already posted an article about it. There's one college basketball play I absolutely love. And I've already posted about it and put up an article on the website. So if you guys want to check it out, we'll drop the link to that puppy right now in the chats. Not sure if I have a second whale in college basketball, but I'm going to do some lab work here after the show and see if I can find anything else. At least one play.
Slate's not great again today.
Yeah, it's no slate of the year. I'll be honest, it's not. But it'll do. Okay? I know it's kind of underwhelming, ZC. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
You're
it's
not wrong.
Better than yesterday's, of course, but not by all that much.
Yeah, couldn't be worse. That's for sure. Sully, legacy game, and needed Mike for 8 rushes. Shit's tragic. Hate to see it. Trent. Yep. Although I saw Mike Wazowski had a big field goal kick.
Huge field goal.
They had him out there kicking. I mean, just a hilarious concept. The clips are going viral all over X. It's just so ridiculous. People are probably scrolling saying, what the hell is this?
It was electric.
Why are Mike Wazowski and Sully playing football?
It's Sully versus Myles Garrett for DPOI.
Wow.
I mean, it's unreal.
That'd be a good odds graphic.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett. Who else has been cracked on defense this year so far?
I mean, Surtain's always in the question
you
there.
Put all the goats up there with their odds and then just sneak Sully in there in the 2-hole.
Kyle Hamilton.
Did.
That's one thing you can't trip me about. He's literally the best safety in football. And you know it.
Mike's pregame speech just did not cut it. I give the edge to Sully there, who started slow but brought the fire and tenacity they needed, clearly.
They got to find a way to make those live because we would watch it. It's just, it's on Mars.
I mean, yeah, we'd watch it the whole time on the big screen, but it was 5 minutes behind.
Yeah, and we already know what's happening.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. Eagles ruins the night. Austin R saying, Good call, Goots, saying go with the under, not the Eagles. Good call, chat.
Good call.
For clicking the under for the squad ride. Great work. Great work. That's what I'm talking about, chat. W's. Let's stay hot. Let's have a day today. Okay, we got a decent slate in college basketball. We got 2 NBA games. We've got some plays on the ice. I wish we had some action, but we got no college football until Saturday, I believe, when we have Army-Navy, and there's also a Boise State bowl game. I mean, it's extremely anti-Mel to have a bowl game the day of the Army-Navy game. It should be illegal. People should be thrown behind bars scheduling a game on the day of Army-Navy. Absurd. Selfish.
You have FCS playoffs.
Zero self-awareness, to be honest with you. Zero. What is this bowl game? I'm gonna roast them right now, call them out by name. What bowl even is this that Boise's in? And Boise had a terrible season.
The LA Bowl.
Boise versus Washington. Yeah, I mean, those people out there, they could not be less aware of sports and doing the right thing.
At least not at the same time.
The LA me guys. Bro, I don't care if it's 12 hours after the game. You don't put another college football game on Army-Navy Day. It's the only standalone game of the season. And now it's not. Stupid.
Phillip Rivers signed the practice squad.
Look, you can manipulate the college football playoff. You can add teams. You can take away teams. I don't give a shit. I'll watch it. I'll be betting on it. I'll be there. But you put a game on Army-Navy Day, you take away from those kids who are literally going to war in a couple months. That's where you lose me. Straight up. That's where you lose me. Just leave it as a standalone game. Make people starving for an Army-Navy football game because it's all they got. Make them want it. Okay, now people are only going to care about the Boise-Washington game. BS.
No.
Oh. Side note, very, very concerned about the midshipmen on Saturday.
Yeah.
Very concerned. We'll talk about it more when we get closer to Saturday. That game is also being played on Goots' home turf.
Damn
maybe
right.
he'll have a read on that game.
I might have a read.
M&T Bank.
I might feel the aura. I might know what's going on.
Let me know if you got a POD in that one.
I will.
Right?
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fuck
Also,
the LA Bowl.
Phillip Rivers is the Colts. Confirmed.
LA Bowl, a bunch of me guys out there. Might as well call it the AJ Brown Bowl. Hey, read the room, LA Bowl. Pick any other day the next 3 weeks. Unbelievable. You got no games on Sunday. You got no games on Monday. They don't want to compete with the NFL. I don't care. Make it happen. Add another game to Tuesday. Unbelievable. Selfish.
No.
If I was Boise or Washington, I'd decline. That'd be the only case where it's okay with what Notre Dame did, is if those schools declined the LA Bowl and said, I'm not playing on a day where the troops are playing their last game. Yep.
Yeah.
They should have pulled a Notre Dame.
That's just
Straight up. Straight up. All right.
My God. Oh, we got Snell sightings in
Oh.
chat at the house.
Snell. Happy late birthday, Snell. Saw in the
Yeah.
Insta story. I think you had a birthday this week. It might have been yesterday. Happy late birthday. Can we drop some W's, some happy birthdays for Snellzilla, the GOAT, in the chat? And congrats on your new closer, Snell. Unbelievable. They might not need you coming out of the bullpen next year if you got Edwin Diaz now in the bullpen. Unbelievable.
Hey, he ain't going to have to come out of the bullpen when Snell pitches either.
No.
He's going 9.
No, you do not. Unbelievable. Happy late birthday, Snell. You are him. Hope you're having a great week, man. Seems like you're living your best life right now.
Itching to rip some 2K.
Oh, yeah.
I
would
know
love,
itching.
and I did just get my PS5 yesterday down here, so fire that puppy up, plug it into one of the living room TVs, Gootsy. Maybe one of the bottom left sectors, right?
Huge.
I'd love to just hear Snell rip into Trent on the mic for old time's sake. That would just make my night. Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight.
Could be.
I would love to just hear Trent just screaming, or Snell screaming at Trent through the microphone on 2K. It really is a tale as old as time. It's awesome. All right, let's move on. Krabs, tell Snell about the punishment I was about to suggest for you. Yeah, we're trying to come up with some punishments for the wager wheel spin. So whenever I have a bad betting day, or I'll be like, yo, take this play. If it doesn't hit, I'll spin the wheel to do a punishment. We were trying to craft up punishments on Night Sweats last night, and one of them was play 2K with Snell and do not pass in the ball and just get yelled at for the entire time until he kicks you out of the team. And I was like, honestly, I'd feel too bad. I'd be too scared to do that and hearing Snell yell at me. So I prefer hearing Trent get yelled at by Snell, not myself. But that was a W idea from Trent. That would be a good punishment on the wager wheel. But I would never pull that. You know, I'm a glue guy. Always pass first. Always pass first, unlike Trent, who's just jacking threes in the corner and playing no defense. All set. 0 defense being played. We run out of timeouts in the first. Yep. Unbelievable. It was a good idea.
Yeah.
Now I have to go to the Yankees home opener. That's my punishment. I have to fly up to New York, pay good money to sit with the bleacher creatures and do the roll call with the guy out there. Hey, yo, Aaron Judge. With that loser.
Yeah,
who spends all his money and all his time at Yankee Stadium. Great. Could not wait to do that in March or April.
We could pivot the Aaron Judge sign to that as well. So outside of the stadium, you're holding. Because that's
a two-piece.
I'm surprised you like that because you're going to have Yankees fans coming up to you and loving it.
Yeah.
But that
would be two birds, one stone.
And I think that would be way better than standing outside of American Airlines Center in Dallas with that sign. So, yeah.
Yo, Aaron Judge. God, that's just, isn't that just the corniest
Can't wait
thing?
to see that picture.
I mean, the players in the clubhouse got to be laughing at those nincompoops out there in right field, right? They got to be just laughing at these dudes. I would be.
Shuckling.
I would be. And they'd yell your name until they give you some acknowledgement. But those people not loved as children? Probably not that much. Okay. Why don't we talk about some plays? Yeah, cannot wait for another New York trip. Awesome. That's in early April, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that a two-piece. I'll go to that game on Friday, the home opener. Like I said, I'll spend the money. I'll go to the game. I'll do the roll call. I'll do the Aaron Judge sign.
Yep.
Get it over with. And my reward will be going down to D.C. on Saturday and going to the Nats game on Saturday and going to watch some Natitude.
Yeah, we're going to send Rav down there with you in punishment for not getting Schwarber.
Two-piece. All right. Sade coming in, giving a 5-unit sub whale. Let's go, Sades. Oi.
Go, Sade.
Oi. If Krabs met Judge, he'd be smiling ear to ear next to him. Would I, though, Big Cheesy? Would I? I think I'd have some things to say.
You didn't.
Hey, buddy, you owe me $20,000.
20 racks. And you all 20 racks, and you still want to fade him again.
No, I don't still want to fade him. I'm going to fade him.
I was so hoping that won the wheel, man.
I'm not still going to fade him, Jovan. I'm 100% fading him again.
It's really just.
Do we get some predictions on what his home run number is going to be at? It's probably going to be at like 59. Probably lower.
No.
Yes.
It's going to be at like the same number. It might be lower.
It was at like 60 and a half last year.
No, I thought it was 49 and a half.
49 and a half.
You're right. It was 49 and a half.
It's probably going to be like 48 and a half, 47 and a half.
Yeah, it'll probably be a hair lower, right?
Yeah.
It'll probably be
the same,
higher.
Maybe.
Will it be in the 50s?
It'll probably be in the 50s. Give or take a couple.
Also, I mean, I'll call you out, Krabs. When we were in Colorado, you were not rude to Yankees fans like I was. I'm going to need you to be rude to those bleacher creatures.
I don't like being rude to strangers.
When they're Yankees fans, you can chirp them a little bit instead of telling them Aaron Judge is good.
Yeah. Yeah. We had some very nice locals who were Yankee fans who sat next to us, and Goots is talking shit to them.
Why wouldn't I? That's sports.
One of them was a woman.
We were being nice. I was just doing friendly chirps, and you were like, yeah, Aaron Judge is good. I'm like, okay.
I was like, we're away territory here.
So?
Out in Colorado. Surrounded by Yankee fans.
I ain't scared.
Goots was standing.
When it comes to hating the Yankees, I hate the Yankees.
Krabs was just deflated.
Yeah, he was deflated. You're right. Yeah.
Cake.
That's also right.
If that would have happened post what was the third day where he actually didn't go yard,
yeah,
Krabs would have felt a lot better.
Would have been different.
No way we got Phillip Rivers back up and moving out of the grave. Is that confirmed?
Practice squad signee.
Oh. Phillip Rivers is probably going to play football for the Colts. and try to get them into the playoffs. That is insane. How long has it been since he played? Has he been off for 2 years?
More than that.
3 years? 4 years?
Like he's like a year away from being eligible for the Hall.
Has he been out for 4 years?
I feel like it's longer.
Huh.
Phillip Rivers, 0.5 picks.
That is kind of a me guy move, John. It is. I don't blame him, though. Right? He says I got a little bit more gas left in the tank.
Legit COVID.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Got out Dean Morrow, 3-stream streak. Pax Picks, 15-stream streak. Need a hashtag thank you Krabs on the Jumbotron in New York. Yep, make it happen, Pax Picks. Make it happen. Big Cheesy as well. You're him. Love watching this show. W Fellas. W Vibes, Big Cheesy. Talk about a guy who's really turned that frown upside down in recent months. Big Cheesy. Appreciate you in here every single day, man. Every single day. His Hall of Fame is this year. He loses all Hall of Fame honors if he plays this year. Has to wait full time again. Yeah, but he gets millions of dollars and he gets to play football again. So it's probably worth the risk. It's probably worth the risk.
Yeah.
He's also probably a Hall of Famer no matter what. So, with his stats. I saw something else the other day. He's got so many kids. He's got his oldest kid just had a kid. So now he's a granddad. And that kid, or his grandkid, is the same age as Phillip Rivers' youngest child.
No.
So there's some like kicking and screaming, like Will Ferrell with his dad, having kids, sons playing on the same team type angle going on there, which I never thought would actually happen in real life, but it's here. Like Phillip Rivers' grandson is going to be throwing passes to his son in the local high school in a couple of years.
I mean, he's literally I think he's a granddad. He's a grandpa.
And he has like 12 kids.
Yeah.
He's got a dozen kids.
It's unreal. Unreal.
How does he do it?
I don't know.
Is he taking care of all those kids or is he just popping them out?
Remember he would have the stories about his...
He seems like a family man.
Yeah, he would watch film in the car. He'd have a TV, a special car. So he had time to watch film because he was taking care of his kids.
The Chargers built him a special car.
Special car.
So he could watch film and take the kids to school.
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, talk about a guy with a high motor.
All
right. You guys want to talk about some games for today? It's about that time. About that time. Enough of yapping about yesterday. Let's get into today's slate. Let's talk about the Sharp Report, our favorite plays for today. And it starts out with Jovan's Miami Heat. Very curious to hear what he thinks about this play. How about the Heat flipping from a dog to a fave on the road against Orlando? Maybe it's injury news. Maybe it's guys sitting out. It's the NBA. You know, there's always some BS. Or maybe there's some GOATs coming back for Miami. I'm seeing Tyler Hero is probable. I'm seeing... is that Mitchell, who's potentially going to play as well in this game? I don't know when the last time these guys played, Jovan, but am I buying some good news here?
A little bit. It's really just Hero, but I think it really doesn't matter for this game.
Yeah. Orlando looks relatively healthy too Franz is banged up. And
that's probably I'd say the good news on the Heat side is a little less important than maybe the bad news is on the Magic side.
Is this the first game without Franz for the Magic?
I believe so.
Okay. That's a big piece they're missing. He's probably be out for 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Good luck without your big man, Franz. And they also have no Mo Wagner either. But I think that's been a thing. Look, the Heat on the road, both these teams have the same record. I wanted to ride with the road favorite here. And sure, there's some injury news for both these squads, but the Heat coming off of 4 losses in their last 5. This is exactly when you buy low on this Miami team. You buy low on Coach Spoelstra, the best coach in the NBA, to find a way to win. And that's probably why they flipped to a favorite on the road in this game against the Magic, who are starting to struggle a hair. They've lost 2 of their last 3 games after a nice little run. Orlando finally coming back down to earth. And these two teams did just play. They played literally 4 days ago. The Magic beat them by 1. So now we flip that MF and we take the Heat to win this game by more than 1, or take them on the ML is what I'm going to do here. Taking the road favorite. I thought it was weird seeing them flip to a fave. Maybe it's some Franz, movement, but I feel like that's been announced, already, and we already knew he wasn't going to play in this game. So good sign seeing the Heat flip from a dog to a favorite on the road after they just lost to this team. I'll back the best coach in the NBA to go out there and find a way to win.
Yeah, I'm in on that.
Okay.
It was I don't think you were here for this one, but it was the squad ride on Friday. Same game. And they covered, and said one of the things that they figured out how to do is to stop shooting as much because Hero was back, not for that game, but ever since Hero had come back, they started playing a little slower, but they didn't rely on shooting as much, which is important because the Magic are a great jump shooting defense, perimeter defense. So now that he's back and actually playing in this game too,
Hmm.
makes all the difference in the world for not
Smart.
just him, but I think one other guy in particular that's been somewhat of a terrorist and might have a good game today.
Hmm.
But yeah, Spo ain't losing 3, man.
Okay.
Spo, I don't know what the last time is Spo's gotten swept by a team like this.
Certainly does not happen often. No.
Yeah.
No. All right. Yeah, I trust Spo to end the little cold streak for the Heat. Go out there and get a win. Cutesy, flip it around. I want to hear Jovan's first sell job. Looks like he's taking us to the ice. Sure.
Yeah, I guess I'm getting 2. This line, Krabs. Let me tell you, I think it was probably closest to the Stars last week. The Stars like burned everybody. I don't know if you remember that game.
Mm.
Very popular pick. The day before, then they played a road back to back, and they saved Otter for the games. Maybe it was a little different there, but nobody wanted them. They absolutely dominated the game. This line is absolutely ridiculous because the Bolts not only have lost 4 of 5, gotten shut out back to back games, but talked about it yesterday. They got some guys back offensively. Didn't work for anything because they scored no goals, but Vasi's on the IR, which means he's going to miss, I think, this game and potentially another one, depending on how serious the injury is. So, in all likelihood, I don't know if they're going to trust Johansson to go back to back in this one. You're probably going to get Halverson, which Halverson, I don't know if I've ever watched a worse goalie in my lifetime, and there's a reason he doesn't get NHL starts anymore. He's probably forced into action tonight, and this game is sitting at a pick'em just about, like minus 105 against the Habs on the road. I mean, this is probably the weirdest line I've seen in the NHL for a couple weeks now. Like the Stars were probably a close second, but it made it a little less weird the fact they had Otter in there. But I will say, like, as painful as the Lightning have been to watch for like the past couple weeks, and especially the last couple games, they haven't really looked like as bad as their numbers would indicate. They have like a bunch of high danger chances. They run into goalies that have made some ridiculous saves, including last night. Hildeby had, I mean, the game of his career making ridiculous saves in that one. And that's kind of been the story the last couple weeks. What a perfect time to, I guess, see those pucks go through the net now that you've had one game under your belt with Kucherov and Point back, and they looked good last night, didn't have anything to show for it. They generated a bunch of chances, and now nobody's going to want them on a road back-to-back where, for whatever fucking reason, they're not a big underdog. It's probably why that's going to happen tonight.
All right. Wish there was a weird goals allowed score out, but I guess they're probably waiting for official announcements.
Probably, yeah.
In this puppy. Okay. All right, I could get down with it. Hopefully your Lightning don't lose 5 games in a row. They stop the bleeding tonight. Hopefully both your teams get 1. You get 2. Right?
Yeah, would be nice.
It would be nice. Shout outs. JJ Miles, 65 stream streak. JJ, you're goated. That's a lot of streams in a row, back to back to back to back to back.
That's heart.
That's a lot of heart. JJ Miles. JJ, we appreciate you, beast. All right, let's move. We got another couple straight bets here for the peeps. We'll come back to that under in BYU and Clemson. Cannot wait to hear that sell job. For now, let's stay on the ice. And yep, I'm doing it again. Taking the Blues. Taking the Blues on the money line here, down to minus 135. Good to see, because they were minus 150, I think, last night. I don't even care if Boston's catching steam in this game. I thought that was some serious respect with that opener. And now we're getting a better price at minus 135 for the Blues. I'm assuming it's some goalie news. Maybe that's why Boston's getting a little bit more respect here. But Boston has covered 4 games in a row. They have won 3 of their last 4 games. The Bruins are starting to play some good hockey right now. And they're 17-13. The Blues, on the other hand, they cannot get over 500. They can't figure it out. They've had so many games go to OT this year. They're coming off of a couple wins in their last 2. Sure, they're starting to get hot, which is a great sign. Before that, they were really struggling, and this team is still not profitable on the money line. Certainly not profitable on the puck line like the Bruins are. The Bruins are 22-8 on the puck line. That is insane. That is one of the most profitable teams in the NFL in the NHL, on the puck line. And I want to fade them in this game after a couple wins and back the Blues, who opened up heavy favorites. At least they're at home in this spot. We got that going for us here. Let's hope the Blues can stay hot as well and win their 3rd game in a row. Fade the Red Hot Bruins and back the weirdly respected favorite here in the Blues at home.
Yeah, not to jinx it, but the Blues are kind of starting to play well.
Yeah.
They won like 4 of 6 or something. And I mean, goaltending is a huge issue, or was a huge issue at the start of the year. It was really, really bad. And it's been nowhere near that bad for like the last couple weeks. Hence why they're winning games, even though they've got some nagging injuries around them. So they've been not quite as bad, or as, I guess, coin stealing as they were at the start of the year. So maybe it's a sign that they're turning a corner.
Let's hope so. Can't get worse than betting on the Sabres last night. Cannot.
Yeah, the
go
road
worse.
Sabres are really just.
They're a bad ball club. We got Moose2727 dropping a resub for 43 months. Whoa, Moose. A seasoned veteran. 2 words, Moose. To celebrate my streak, Krabs, I need to know your opinion on Judge being on stage for the World Cup draw with goats like Brady and Wayne. If I was a Yankee fan, I would certainly rather see Aaron Judge in the batting cage. I'd rather see Aaron Judge at the gym. I'd rather see Aaron Judge at church, right? I don't want to see Aaron Judge, on a stage during some other sport that doesn't matter or mean anything to him, where he's really just walking around doing his rounds, being in the camera, being a me guy. Me personally, as a Yankee hater and a Judge hater, I love to see him distracted. I love to see him doing things that are stupid and don't matter, like going to stand up on stage in the World Cup with some goats, right? Good for him, right? That's less time for him in the cages. That's less time for him getting his mind right. That's less time for him in the lab. And I think it's a great sign. I really do. And it's a typical Yankee move, right? You get in the spotlight up there in New York City, Big Apple, and you lose sight of reality where you should probably be locked in, trying to find any way you can to win a World Series. You think Derek Jeter is going on stage for sports that don't matter at all in this country? No. He was banging chicks, and he was winning World Series. Plain and simple. That's all Derek Jeter did. Okay, Aaron Judge, a lot of fluff, a lot of BS going on, and a lot of time wasted, right? He goes to the tennis match a couple years ago with Giancarlo Stanton at 1 a.m. when they're in the midst of a playoff run. He, donated a bunch of stuff to kids a couple, days ago. That went viral. Good for him. Me guy, I'm sure there's some other motive behind it, right? Get in the cages, get in the lab, hit the clubhouse, hit the locker room, find a way to get your team a World Series, something they have not done in 16 years. That's what I would do. If I was Aaron Judge, I wouldn't be wasting time hanging out at the World Cup. But maybe that's just me.
That could be really good news for Goat Whale Fade, since you are required to have it in there for some reason.
Yep.
That could be part of the sell job.
Balser said, Krabs, can I convince you to go to a doctor to talk about this? It's kind of sad. Kind of sad that you care that much, Balser. That might be more
somebody
sad.
asked about it.
That might be more sad. What's sadder, me making everything about Aaron Judge, or somebody caring about me making it about Aaron Judge? Might be sadder, honestly, Falser.
I mean, if anything, being that sharp in the head to be able to come up with the perfect explanation of why Aaron Judge was there.
Yep.
I mean, that's, yeah.
Yep. Love it. Love all the negative chats, too. Beautiful. If the Eagles fans aren't going to be loud and annoying today, at least we get the Yankee fans standing up for their guy, Aaron Judge, who, by the way, has less rings than the Nationals. He has less rings than Anthony Rendon. He has less rings than Michael A. Taylor. He has less rings than Victor Robles. Crazy that Bryce Harper and Aaron Judge have a combined 0 rings. Guess it matters what team you play for, right? All right, let's move on. Enough yapping about a guy who's irrelevant and overrated. Let's talk about some winners. Circle back here. Let's reel it back in. Okay, thanks for whoever sent me down that rabbit hole. Let's talk about this under in Clemson and BYU.
Yeah, I'm sure you're bricked up to see an under on here.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Both these teams score a lot of points. Clemson, especially as of late, I think has hit like 4 or 5 overs in a row. And BYU, almost every, I guess, big matchup they've had has come with points for the most part. But the difference is like Clemson, and especially like 2 of their games that just went over were against Bama and Georgia. The difference between them and BYU is a couple different things. Bama and Georgia are both in like the top 10 or top 15, I guess at the very least, of pace in college basketball. BYU scores a lot of points, but they don't play incredibly fast compared to 2 top 15 teams. They're 186th in pace in college basketball. They win just by playing pretty much me guy basketball. They kind of get their matchups. They'll switch. There's not much pick and roll. It's just win your one-on-one matchups, and they've done a great job at taking advantage of that so far. And in-game injuries have played a big part in that, especially like on the UConn side in that game, why there were so many points and they scored a bunch in the second half. But you're playing me-guy basketball. Clemson, not only is this a weird neutral court where it's hard to shoot for a lot of teams in MSG when the college teams go up there, but it's Clemson who has size to deal with whatever you want to throw at them. They also have really good one-on-one defenders. So not only do I think Clemson plays up and down to the pace, so like they'll run with Bama when needed. They ran with Georgia when needed. They also play slow against the slower teams when needed. So like they're much more down to get into a rock fight type game. If you want to just take them one-on-one the whole game, and they'll play slower themselves. Again, they have the size on both sides to deal with it. And I think they're going to create a lot of tough matchups for BYU. So I think this a lot more screams like the classic Clemson game that we've seen in big matchups for the last couple years. So that is just slow, grind it out rebound you. They want to get to the rim, get to the free throw line. They're going to take all 30 seconds of that clock, and they're going to make BYU do pretty much the same. Because I think what we've seen from Clemson so far, offensive output-wise, has been incredibly skewed because they've played some of the fastest teams in college basketball. BYU scored points, but they're not that. So I think this is a defensive slugfest written all over it.
Well, I love the sell job. That's for sure. And I'm always down to fade this overrated BYU team. Richie Saunders and co.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Richie Saunders, just a anti-Krabs guy.
He's just too good. He goes over his points too much.
He's on a thumbnail today. Great guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Richie Saunders.
Could be a good time to fade.
A lot of heart.
Also, Clemson coming off of 4 straight overs. They're 6-3 to the over so far this season. Good time to sell high on your Clemson stock, but I think it's a perfect time to sell your offensive stock for the Clemson Tigers. Okay? I'm in. Love the play. Don't like it. Love the play. All right. Awesome. Who wins? Jay Gumby saying, yeah, any thoughts on the side there? Jovan, I know Clemson just hung around with, who is it, Alabama, and should have won that game outright. They didn't. They've covered 3 in a row. Are you taking Clemson again, or you think BYU might win in a defensive slugfest?
Yeah, I've gone back and forth between this because my head says Clemson, but I kind of just bet on them in somewhat of a similar spot, different matchups like we talked about. I have a feeling like they're probably going to have a big scoring drought in this game that kind of does them in now. I'm a little concerned.
Okay.
Like I think towards the end of the game, like BYU, after struggling at the start of the game to kind of get those matchups and score on them, I feel like they're going to figure it out a little bit, get to the free throw line at the very least, and kind of carry away in the game. And that's how I can see it going. But I don't know how much faith I have in Clemson's offense in this one either.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down to fade Clemson's offense after they've been splooging of late. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to see it. When we get to some squares here in a moment, I got a square in this game I think you're going to like after talking.
Okay.
All right. For now, Goots, swinging around for me, will you? I got one more straight bet here. My favorite play today. There's an article up on the site. Give it a read. Give it a click. Let me know what you guys think. Please, guys. It helps more than you know. We'll drop the link to the article right now in the Twitch and YouTube chat, WGoots. Check it out. Click on it right now. Even if you're not going to read it right now, click on it right now so you have it up in your bookmarks or have it up in your tabs. Check it out later. Help us out with a click there. W play, favorite play today, by far, Ohio State getting 4.5 points at home against big and bad Illinois. Now, Illinois is not a team I want to make a living out of fading, but this is a good spot, in my opinion, to fade Illinois. This is their first true road game of the season, and Ohio State, look, they're no, Duke or Blue Bloods, I wouldn't say, but this is a team that, has been on the edge of pushing through, breaking through, and becoming an elite, basketball program, a basketball program that's typically on the border of being ranked at times, and they've had some really good players over the years, but they've not been able to break through and figure it out and string together a couple wins in a row to stay ranked, really, or stay relevant. Well, I think this year's a little bit different for the Buckeyes. I'll say it. They got Bruce Thornton, who's an absolute GOAT. Bruce Thornton is maybe the best player in the country, and he does not get the respect or credits. Now, he doesn't play a ton of defense, but man, can that guy score and can he run an offense? And he's averaging 20 points a game so far this season. Might be the best scorer in college basketball. Maybe not the best overall player, but he's up there. And they've got some help as well. I mean, John Mobley is an absolute beast. I think he's been there for 2 years. They got Christoph Tilley, hilarious. They got Christoph Tilley the senior from Germany coming over from Santa Clara. He was there the last 3 years. He was an absolute stud. We'll talk about him a little bit more in a moment. Devin Royal has been the guy as well for this team. Ohio State's got some dogs. They got some bodies. This is a tough spot for Illinois, who's ranked 13 right now in the country. They're coming off that massive win on the roads, or maybe it was a neutral site against Tennessee. I believe it wasn't a road game, but neutral site technically at the Bridgestone Arena. I guess that was kind of close to Nashville, but not technically a road game. This is going to be a road game. This is going to be a packed house. Buckeyes fans are going to be going nuts. It's that time of year where their fans are showing up, whether it's football or basketball. And I like what I'm seeing out of the Buckeyes right now. I like what I saw in a gritty win against Northwestern on the road in their last game, so they're 1-0 in conference. I liked what I saw against inferior opponents like Western Michigan in the Mount a couple weeks ago as well when they played, and they absolutely destroyed them, and they played some defense. So Ohio State played some defense for the first time in my life in basketball. So that was a joy to see. That was a treat. And I think Ohio State wants to get their lick back after a couple losses to this Illinois team in recent years. They lost to them in the tournament a couple years ago. They lost last year when they played by, I think, 8 points in that game, and they were 6.5-point dogs. So they did not cover there. I think Ohio State covers tonight. I honestly think they win outright. Not really scared about the line move from 3.5 to 4.5. It's got to be all money related, all bets related. People are buying into Illinois. Look, I get it. Illinois has a stacked roster. They got a bunch of foreign kids who can shoot the heck out of the basketball. They've got a very fun, trendy team. But coming off that win against Tennessee, this is the perfect time to fade the Fighting Illini and back the Buckeyes at home to stay hot and win their 5th game in their last 6. They'll go to 8-1. They'll be ranked after this game. And this is probably the game of the day, if I could pick one. And it's the play of the day for me with the Buckeyes and Bruce Thornton getting 4.5. This game goes down to the last play. Buckeyes.
Yep. Buckeyes and Blues on the same card should be illegal.
Yeah.
This is perfect Krabs.
OH. Yep. OH.
So glad the Sabres don't play today.
Luckily, the Sabres don't play today. I might never bet on them again. I'm
Blues,
so
Sabres,
done.
Ohio State is just.
I'm so done with the Sabres. It'd be one thing if they just lost 6-0. I could move on. No, it's they go down 0-1. They score, tied up 1-1. They give up a goal. They're down 2-1. They score again, 2-2. They go down 4-2. They score again, make it 4-3. As soon as they score, 10 seconds after, they go down 5-3. Next thing you know, it's 7-3 with the empty netters. So that is probably the most frustrating team to watch on the ice. It's definitely the most frustrating team to have your coins on. That's for sure.
What if I told you they played again today?
Did.
Those big dogs on the road against the Oilers?
Did.
Nah.
I don't know if I could do it, man. Against McDavid?
No.
Oh, boy.
Against McDavid.
Buffalo's had their number. They've beaten them the last 2 times they played. Damn. Okay.
I just locked in Lightning Heat Bozo pack. So shout out Florida Jovan. That better smack in the mouth.
He's taking a Jovan 2-piece.
I am.
Literally me 2-piece.
Okay.
Can't make it up.
Good, Goods. Great count. All right, chat. I think we have one more straight bet here for the peeps. Northern Arizona on the spread. Sure we can.
Plus the points. What a spot for Arizona State after, just an incredible win. They've looked really good for a majority of the year. They just played the game, I think it was in the Suns Arena, if I'm not mistaken. Incredible game against Oklahoma where they shot like over almost 60% from 3 on pretty limited volume. So they were super efficient. Now, prior to going on the road for another tough game after this is kind of like the weird game. I know they didn't go very far. It's like they weren't on the road for the game against Oklahoma over the weekend. But this is like the one game they're at home before you kind of end your Christmas and holiday season with some road games and your vacation. And you have to play Northern Arizona. You're kind of one of your few little brothers out there. But Northern Arizona hasn't really impressed. They're kind of a small team. But if you look at Arizona State, it's weird. They have so much size, but they cannot rebound. They don't really force turnovers, any of their big men. They're the least disruptive big team I think I've ever seen. And it's really strange to watch because the offense is there. The offense is scoring 80-plus points per game. They've been one of the better ones in the Big 12, certainly one of the better ones in the country at a pretty consistent level. But the defense, like for as much size as they have, like sure they look good at times and held Oklahoma to 70 points. But other than that, like they're not really as disruptive at the rim as you'd think that they would be when you can have three guys on the court at the same time that are 6'10" or above, and you can even make it four if you really wanted to with some of the lineups they put out there. They have so much size, but like NAU is a pretty small team, but they've actually done really well against some of these bigger teams, not named Arizona. Arizona is kind of a anomaly with what they do with their size and how disruptive they can be. But against some of these bigger, better teams, they've had success at the rim against them, and they're not the biggest 3-point volume shooting team themselves. So, like, this one to me is in like a pretty sleepy spot for Arizona State, and NAU, I think, can get to the rim. They're not the smallest team, they're not the biggest team, they're probably somewhere in the middle, but they're not very physical. I think they're going to show that a little here and be super pesky, and they have a little bit of a problem with turnovers. Like I talked about, Arizona State really doesn't force them, so I think their offense will look a little better in this one. But I think this is a much closer game, kind of a sandwich spot game for Arizona State where they fall asleep, and Arizona State kind of sleepwalks through this one early and probably carries away late. Like NAU loses by like 10.
Okay. Back in northern Arizona, they got some dogs on this Lumberjacks team. They got Zach Davidson, averaging 16 points per game. He's been pretty good since he came over from Montana, I believe, last year. The Cali Kids. They got Ryan Abelman, been a pretty darn good guard as well from them.
Their sniper.
They got a couple dogs.
Their designated Colton Benson guy who's just started Jack threes.
Right.
I'm pretty sure also the last time that Arizona State played Northern Arizona, there was a buzzer beater win for the Sun Devils. I think.
Is that true?
I think I remember that buzzer beater.
Let's see if that's true. I'm seeing 84-68 last time they played in 2022.
Page.
Now, that could be wrong.
It might be a different Arizona team I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it could be a different one.
Yeah.
Okay. Or this could be wrong. So who knows? Usually Goots is right. So, okay. Yeah, a lot of Krabs guys on this Northern Arizona team.
Yeah,
a lot of Krabs guys.
Big Krabs guy team.
A lot of Krabs guys. All right. I mean, you're getting a boatload of points. You're getting 2 touchdowns and a field goal here. So let's just keep it a competitive ball game. And I think it's a good time to fade the Sun Devils as well. They've been on fire.
Yeah, they're really good.
Cool. All right, let's move on to some squares. Talk about some prize pick squares. All right, because I got one in the BYU game. You have the under in. I have a less than 1.5 3-pointers made for Mr. Robert Wright. Anybody in the chat remember where this kid went to college last year? He's only a sophomore from Wilmington, Delaware. He went to Baylor. Baylor kid. He's more of a role player last year. This year he's taken on more of a offensive role for BYU, to say the least. I mean, this team is scoring points like it's their job right now. He's averaging close to 17 points per game right now. And he has been on fire from 3 so far this season. It's not even like he's getting up a ton of threes. He's just making them. He's been like 50% from 3 in damn near every game he's played in so far this season. He had a couple games he went 2 for 2, 2 for 3 from behind the arc as well. He's been on fire from deep. Well, in a game like the under in tonight, in a game against a Clemson squad that typically, their bread and butter is playing some defense, I think tonight you're going to see him struggle for the first time behind the 3-point arc this season. Pretty green chart of late. I want to fade Robert Wright. I have to fade a guy named Wright. And his name on prize picks here. Take his less than 1.5 3-pointers. The game, Jovan is splooging for the under in. Fade Robert Wright. That's what I'd say. I'm taking his less than 1.5 turnovers in a big game tonight for Ohio State. He's Ohio State's new big man, like I was talking about earlier, and he's facing off against an Illinois team that's kind of changed the defense they ran over the years. So in recent years, they ran more of a press, more man-to-man, and they'd be way more up in the, offenders' faces, or the players on offense's faces. This year, they're more, kind of guarding the lane a little bit. If you've watched them, they're more willing to, give you some space a little bit, but they're not going to let you get to the rack. And I think that's huge here for the matchup for Chris Tilley down low, a guy who's very efficient already, a guy who does not turn over the ball a ton, never has at Santa Clara really at all during his career. But the last couple games he's played in, he's been a little bit on edge. He's been a little bit off. He's had a couple turnovers, hence why the chart's pretty green. But I think this is actually a decent matchup for him to, turn over the rock once or less in this ball game, because you're not really going to see Illinois going for any steals. You're not going to see Illinois trying to get cute, getting up in Chris Tilley's face. They'll play off of him a little bit more than you typically see an Illinois defense do in recent years. They're just going to let him, not get to the rack or find much success there. So I don't think he scores a ton tonight, but I really don't think he turns over the rock twice. If he does, it'll be once, but fade another green chart here, taking Chris Tilley, less than 1.5 turnovers in a very, very good matchup for him against a defense that's not going to be all up in his face in this matchup tonight.
Sure. I'm in on that.
Right? Want to hear your sell job on your 2 squares while I lock in this 4-man. What do you got?
Yeah, this is your one involvement, I guess, against your Ohio State bet. But I think if there's any guy that can take advantage of the matchup that he's going to see on the floor for Illinois, it has to be Stojakovic. And he's come off of like a couple of really bad games where he didn't really get usage. It comes down to like one thing for him pretty much. If he can't use his size in the matchup or athleticism in the matchup, like if he doesn't have like a stark edge in it, he's not really pushing it to score. He's just kind of out there defending. Now, God knows what, I guess, direction they're going to go with who's going to be guarding him in this one, because you have 2 options. You either run Devin Royal on him, which that's the most like size comparable matchup they have for him, like to run, because I don't know who else can guard him size wise, but he's less athletic than him. So all he's going to do is take him to the rack 24/7, and all the bigger guards and bigger threes that have done that so far against Ohio State have had success. And they either do that or they put one of Bruce Thornton or John Mobley on him, which I think they would be really mistaken to do, because Stojakovic is 6'7", and both of those guys are 6'2", 6'1". So regardless of what they do to put a matchup on Andrei Stojakovic, you're at a loss in this one. So, like, I think there's room for him to splooge, and really he's like an all or nothing guy. So, like, he's either going to go out there and take a bunch of shots and score probably 20 plus, or he's going to do what he's done the last 2 games and do absolutely nothing. Obviously, I think this is more of a good matchup for him, so he's going to put more onus on him to score. So he's probably splooge.
Is there a chance Stojakovic is just not good?
No.
I
don't think the scouts even see that.
Okay.
He's projected like top 15 in the draft.
All right. A little bit concerned about that square. He also got bumped down to 13.5, I believe. But I did just lock it in. I'm trusting. I like the Wiggins square a little bit more.
Yeah, I know that tickles your jam a little bit.
Yep. And that one actually got bumped up to 14.
Wow.
Double bump. One down, one up. Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah, the Stojakovic one scares me a hair. I mean, obviously, I'm on Ohio State as well, so not the best script, but I mean, the total in that game is at 160.5, and I'm sure Bruce Thornton's going to go out there and probably drop a 25 piece. Someone's got to counter. Someone's got to match, put up some points for Illinois. So, yeah, not my least favorite square, but a little bit worried about the bumpage.
Yeah, I would assume Bruce Thornton's probably going to be one-on-one with Boswell. Those 2 guys are great on-ball defenders, so that probably neutralizes one option on the floor at all times. If they even dare put Bruce Thornton on Stojakovic, I mean, that's barbecue chicken, and he's scoring 30.
Yeah.
It feels like there's no matchup that can work. So I'll take the chance there.
Okay.
And for what it's worth, he got bumped up like 3 points in his last game and dropped like 5. So God knows what the bumps may matter for him. But for Wiggins, that bump might be a little more interesting, which the question today, Norm and Tyler are back in the lineup, I think, for the first time since Tyler's been hurt. The question is it Norm? Is it Tyler? The biggest beneficiary, honestly, of them both being on the floor, I think, is Andrew Wiggins. And his numbers in the 3 games, I think, so far this year kind of show that. Andrew Wiggins is not good in like a role where he has to shoot a shit ton and he has to be like the pure shot creator of the situation, which is why in some of those games, like I've even gotten burned taking him at times when like Norm's out, Hero's out, they have a good matchup, no size to guard him on the perimeter. He can take like 20 shots. He shoots toward 8s, but when they're both on the floor, he doesn't really have to just sit there and create his own shot. And what the Magic do, I think, like they let guys go one-on-one. They're not idiots, though, especially without Franz in this game. I think they're going to have to change their approach a little bit. Probably going to have to help, whether it's Norm or Tyler Hero going one-on-one a little more in the paint than they're typically used to, which means Andrew Wiggins is going to have not only like when both of them play, he has clear lanes to the hoop. He cuts a lot more. So that kind of helps the whole flow of the offense. But I think he's looks in this one, and he struggled with that in games past where he's just shot creating, like taking contested jump shots because nobody else is really doing anything, especially when they started to play slower. Now they're both on the floor. He's going to get some open looks. I think this is the perfect game for them.
Okay. Love the square. Love the script. We're going to need him tonight to go off for the Heat. Okay.
They'll need him.
All right. Love it. I'm also seeing there's some new MLB The Show news dropping right now as well. I just got a note for that. So they're putting in more colleges this year. You can play as North Carolina. You can play as Oregon State. You can be a Beaver.
Wow. No Hokies?
No
Ian Seymours?
No. No Hooks. No Hooks. But you can play as Late Night Beav. That's pretty cool.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I remember when Adley was the best prospect coming out of there on planet Earth.
Yep.
It feels like yesterday. That was probably, 10 years ago?
Yep.
You remember they put Gunner on the cover of this year's show?
Teammates with Stephen Kwan and Trevor Larnach as well.
Wow.
Yeah. 2 other goats.
Cool Goots nugget there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Chad, I dropped the link to the Sharp Report 4-man in the chat. I will drop it again for you guys. If you missed it, there it is. Boom. Get involved. Okay. 4 plays, 4 winners. Robert Wright, less than 1.5 threes. Christoph Tilley, less than 1.5 turnovers. Stojakovic, more than 14.5 points. And Wiggins, more than 13.5 points. Okay? Dubs. All right. W Squares, do we have some time to take a peep at some of the other college basketball games for tonight? Do we have a second?
Take a peek.
Take a peep. W Pikkit. Check out some splits here. See if there's anything else catching our eye. Villanova, Michigan. I think Goots has a POD in this game now. Is it official?
Yeah, I mean, I love Nova in this game.
Wow.
It's just speaking to me.
Now, do you love Nova because their coach left Maryland and chirped Maryland a lot?
Well,
Does that have something to do with it?
I plead the fifth on that one, but
sure.
I think they cover this game. I think it's a game that can get weird.
Cool. Yeah, Villanova's looked pretty sharp so far this season. Not gonna lie, they look pretty good. They've had a pretty easy strength of schedule, but they've been dominating their opponents' Goots. So that's a boatload of points, and I certainly would not be opposed to fading Michigan. I probably would do it with the under in the game, considering both teams have been scoring out the wazoo. But the total did move 3 points up overnight, which scared me a little bit, kept me off the under in this game. But Michigan has scored 100-plus points in 3 straight games. Can they keep getting away with it? Probably not against Villanova and that Kevin Willard defense. If I had to guess, Michigan probably goes under their team total, and this game probably goes under the total as well.
Sure.
Any thoughts on that one, Jovan?
Yeah, I mean, I want to fade Michigan really badly. I think like a lot of us do. I just don't know that I have the stomach to do it yet. Might have to wait until the Terps get involved.
Okay. What about McNeese and Rhode Island? So that's a sneaky good mid-major game.
Yeah, shout out McNeese.
Yeah.
I think they win that game.
Wow. Favorites on the roads.
Yep.
All right.
Which they're a different team for obvious reasons. But last time they're on the road was one of the few times they've gotten got by a Southland team, and it was a bad one. And UIW, after we've seen what they did the next 2 games after that, but what a perfect spot to bounce back and lay some knock on the road than this one, especially when, I mean, the guards have played well, the big men not so much, because that's the biggest hole left in their team. Probably not going to matter very much against URI.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, good sign seeing them as a favorite on the road up there in Rhode Island. That's a hike. The McNeese State boys. All right.
All the way from Thibodeau.
Any thoughts on Penn State versus Indiana? Penn State's starting to get hot right now. Indiana coming off of back-to-back losses.
Yeah. This is the one that I've seen 75 times today. And it's people celebrating the CLV on Indiana who have moved up a couple points. I understand why. Like, you have Indiana off back-to-back losses. They've looked like dog shit. Penn State hasn't played anybody. Their defense is terrible. I think a little bit of what people are missing here might be the fact that I think Penn State's also going to be able to score in the game. I kind of like the over, and I think Penn State can hang in this one a little bit. So I don't know if this is going to be the complete BTA that everybody thinks it is.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about USC and San Diego, because this one was an honorable mention for me.
Tomatoes.
And again, maybe there's no. Oh, I'm blanking on his name. On the Trojans who went to VT, Rodney Rice. Maybe there's still no Rodney Rice in this game for the Trojans. I know he missed the last game, but they're 8-1. They were just ranked. They're pretty close to getting ranked again if they have a good week. And they're only laying 15.5 points in an in-state game against San Diego, who's 3-5. Lost 4 games in a row. They should be laying 20. Low 20s. This Trojans team. Grown-ass man. Grown man. Only laying 15 against San Diego? What is going on with this line?
It's a little weird. A little weird, I will say. Yeah. They have gotten San Diego some pretty weird line respect in some of their games this year, I will say.
Yeah.
Not fully shocked to see this, but I mean, if I did have to pick a bet that looked like the easiest one on the board, it's probably this one.
Yeah, I think San Diego is a live dog here. They got nothing special. Their best player averages 10 points a game. Not really sure why they're barely getting 15.5, 16 points in this spot. I just don't get it. Easy travel day for USC. Like, it should be a beatdown. Should be about to ass.
Should be.
I will be on San Diego in this game.
Just unbelievable 3-point shooting efficiency from USC so far this year. And a majority
if I had to guess, maybe some regression is looming.
Yeah, that San Diego gym is a very odd place. It's like, I mean, it's obviously small, but I know I've heard from taking a lot of their props and everything involved in those games in the past couple years, they bitch about shooting there all the time.
Okay. Yeah, this team has a bunch of foreign kids. San Diego.
Yeah.
Their best player is Juanse Gorosito, senior from Argentina. 11 points per game. Ball State and Portland transfer.
Water.
Right. Yeah. They've got some foreign guys on their squads. Could be the difference.
New wave.
Luke Boskovic. Freshman from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Could be the glue guy. Could be the difference tonight. 6'7" forward. Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead and give me San Diego with the points. We might need them.
Right, well.
What about Florida UConn? Because that spread is down to 3.5. Trying to do whatever I can to stay off the Gators because I think they're still the 90 champs. They still get line respect. I don't like the pieces they added. I like their big men, but I don't like Xavier Lee. We've talked about that plenty. Sucks. Waste of money from them. But I still want to take Florida in the spot. Why? Is that cake?
So
Spread's moving their way.
I think the line movement is because Terrace Reed's probably not playing, which is the only reason why.
Play?
That's what it
He's
seems
game
like.
Time, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't take UConn. If Terrace Reed plays, this game is not going to be close. UConn's going to beat the absolute shit out of them. But if he does play or doesn't play, that's a large UF front court that is going to do whatever they want to UConn, which is a problem. Like their guards, like Xavier Lee and Boogie Flan, are not going to come anywhere close to beating UConn. But if Terrace Reed doesn't play, that's a large equalizer.
Kind of like the Gators. Not going to lie. Not liking this split stuff. Getting more than half the bets, but less than 22% of the handle on the spread. Okay? Okay. Assuming UConn will be a pretty popular parlay piece today. See how that goes.
Definitely. Especially because they're in MSG where they're 75 and 1,001.
Yep.
Whatever it is. But
all right.
I think it's belt. If Terrace Reed plays, people have been saying he's practicing whatever. That was the same shit we heard before. What was it? Illinois in that game? Whatever game it was, the squad ride. He'd been practicing for the whole couple days leading up to it.
Yep.
Didn't play. So I really don't care what the practice reports say. But if the spread keeps ticking back, it's probably a bad sign for his status.
Yeah. Game time decision.
Arizona. That's what the game was.
Okay. All right. Any other college basketball games you guys want to talk about, chat? I think that's pretty much all the All the good-looking ones.
Yeah, there's not really much else.
No. No, there's not.
The
Okay.
Shoremen.
The Shoremen do
Yeah,
play
the
UVA.
Shoremen.
That might be just a squad ride unofficially, right? Just take the
Yeah, that
Shoremen.
might have to be a mandatory Krabs play.
UVA coming off a statement win. UVA ranked again. Hey, Ryan Odom's a good coach. This team is hitting the ground running. UVA. They're looking sharp. They beat Texas. They beat Dayton. They beat Queens. 3 wagons. They're on fire. Shout out UVA. We'll see how long that lasts. University of Maryland Eastern Shore. They get weird line respect. I don't really know why. They're 6-4 against the spread so far this year. Yeah, go ahead and give me the Shoreman. Plus 37.5.
Plus
Okay.
37.5.
Plenty of points. Yep. Plenty of points.
That is just, if it makes you feel any better, Krabs Bowl loading. I guess they have what? This is their UVA's last game before finals.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what are you getting up for? Last game before finals, playing the Shoremen at home before.
No, in that school, those kids are probably actually studying.
Yeah,
in the gym.
The first game out of finals is the Terps.
Nerds. All right. Awesome. Why don't we go ahead and craft up a squad ride for today? Can we stay hot? We are 5-2 in December. We are 120, 113, and 1 in 2025. So to pick up some steam. Can we stay hot? Can we keep doing job? Can we go 6-2 in December with another squad ride winner today? Chat, let's get hype. Get up and moving. Goots, do me a favor. Run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. Jobs. W. Randy Orton, RKO, coming in with a follow as well. That could be the real Randy Orton. Cannot confirm or deny. Could be him. That could be him. All right, let's lock in. Let's find some winners, our favorite plays for the squad ride tonight. I nominate Ohio State, plus 4.5. Favorite play tonight.
Check that line.
Bucks.
It's now down to 3.5. 3 some places. Whoa. Okay.
Bucks.
I mean, we're taking the Bucks, and we'll take them at plus 3.5 because we're not scammers. Shame they were at 4.5 right before the show. Already locked them in, but we'll take them at 3.5. Looks like that's still the majority of the lines out there. Okay. Again, I think they win. I don't think it matters a ton. Okay.
Yeah.
I like your lightning play a lot.
I mean, yeah, that line, the most Krabs line in history of lines.
On a back-to-back as well?
Yeah. On a back-to-back against a relatively rested team. No back-to-back for them. 2 straight shutouts. Practice squad goalie. Emergency goalie.
Yep.
I mean, God. Good God.
What else you want to put in here?
Certainly load up the bolts. I'm sure that under tickles your gym too.
Certainly does. Certainly does.
Load her up.
Okay. Nothing like a Clemson BYU under after they've been scoring 1 million points to take the edge off. Love it. What do you like better, the Heat or the Blue?
I mean, you tell me, Krabs.
It's the Blues. It's not even close. It's the Blues.
I don't want to say the Heat for the fact of putting, both my teams in the poll.
Yeah. You think we're getting 2 though? Come on.
I'll let you make that. Decision.
I mean, nobody's gonna vote for them, but let's go Blues. They're down to minus 130. I'd love to know why that line is moving so much, but it's not gonna matter because they open up minus 150, which is insane.
That's just
insane. Let's put those 4 plays, 4 winners in this puppy. Okay, 2 hockey plays, 2 CBB plays. If you guys are looking for the poll, if you're asking yourself, what the heck, where's the poll? Where's the poll? I'm freaking out on my blinds. Am I dumb? Can I not find it? No, you're not dumb. You can find it, just not pinned in the Twitch. It is a link in the Twitch. And you got to go to X and vote on X. Get your vote in. Hurry up. Go, go, go. 4 plays, 4 winners. The poll is not on the Twitch platform. It is on the Bookit BTL X. And you got about 4 minutes to lock in your vote. So hurry up, go, go, go. Head over there to the Bookit BTL X account. Everybody go right now. Okay, if you're just sitting here watching, you're not getting your vote in, you're not participating, why are you here? Okay, lock in. You take 3 seconds, go to X, type in Bookit BTL, click the button for your favorite play in the squad ride poll. Hurry up, go, go, go. Get involved. 4 plays, 4 winners. Ohio State plus 3.5. Lightning on the ML. Clemson, BYU under 150.5. And the Blues on the ML. 2 hockey, 2 college basketball. Okay? 2 hockey, 2 college basketball.
Do you happen to see, Krabs, while we're waiting for this poll, who snuck into my top 5 of moneymakers from Pikkit Wrapped?
I did not. Who would that be?
Number 4, Aaron Judge.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Could that be from you taking him and fading him?
Yeah, I think it is.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure a majority of those are probably from you.
Probably. Yes, probably.
Yeah. I was in a
He did not make my
pretty
top
absurd,
5.
pretty absurd top 5.
I gotta double check that though. That can't. He's got to be on.
Let me see your top 5. He's got to be on there off of sheer volume.
Yeah, you think? Let's see. If you guys have not loaded your Pikkit Wrapped, I think they call it your Pikkit Replay. Hashtag Pikkit Replay. Check it out. Get involved. Let's see overall. They get some cool features. They tell you like the average time of the day you placed your bets. They show your volume per month. A lot of cool stuff on here. Yeah, my moneymaker is Leroy Murphy. I've never even bet on that guy in the UFC. I don't know who Leroy Murphy is.
Bro, what?
He's my number 1 moneymaker, apparently. Number 2 is Brian Harmon. I don't think I've ever bet on Brian Harmon one time. Boots.
What?
Yeah, Brian Harmon, the lefty on the PGA Tour. Oh, number 5 is Aaron Judge. He's up here, though. Yeah, number 5 is actually Aaron Judge. He's up here on the moneymakers. That could be right. That actually could be right. All right. In the leadoff spot. I don't know how that came to fruition. I'll be honest with you.
Who is that?
Longest odds I hit was Brad Smith, first goal scorer in the PLL Championship Series.
Wow.
Plus 1,100. Those do not grow on trees. All right. Ooh, this one hurt. The parlay with the highest payout that I missed was a home run 2-piece, Jordan home run, and Pavin Smith home run. Why do I feel like that's on Jovan or Trent? Who gave me Pavin Smith?
No, you probably took Pavin Smith. You like Pavin Smith.
Yeah.
That was probably like a Dinger Tuesday one.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. 59 parlays missed by 1 leg. Oh, boy. Missed out on $14,000 of profit.
No.
That's enough for a Super Bowl ticket. Sweet. And they're calling me Captain Hook because of all the hooks I've had. All right. Thanks, Pikkit.
No.
I mean, the Pikkit superlative I had was so good. Most dedicated to first 5 inning snooze fests.
Oh, you'd have a field day if you saw my Pikkit superlative.
What'd you have?
It's all, we're only able to track prize picks. So, I mean, it's just like, what else are you going to do? Biggest fan of losing money on overs parlays.
Ooh. You are a big fan of that. Huh?
It's all I've got. It's all that's in Pikkit. Wins and losses on overs lays.
Well, you could take less thans. You know?
Yeah.
You could.
It's been happening more.
It has. Somehow you find ways to lose those ones and you hit all the other ones. Makes no sense. You're just a more than guy.
Yeah.
You're more than guy.
You can't force it when it's not there.
Hey, you got to do whatever works.
Yeah.
Okay, you're mixing in some less thans every once in a while. You don't need to force them. Whatever you're doing, keep doing. At least we got an under on the card today from you in Clemson and BYU. I'm excited to see how the squad ride poll plays out. I'm excited to see if people are voting for that.
Ohio State plus 3.5.
Ohio State.
Wow.
Dusting off little Krabs. 2 days in a row.
Yeah, he's already de-dusted. We keep him that way.
I'm pre-dedusted. I'm good to go. Yeah. Good to go. All right, chat. Put some trust in old Krabs for today. Let's go. Love that. Love that. Are we getting a surge stream today? No
Good
surge
question.
stream today. Okay.
No.
Okay. No surge stream today, chat. That's okay. We got BA getting involved on a 3-stream streak, fellas. Good to see you, BA. You're him. Appreciate you, Beast. Guys, do me a favor. 2 things. Number 1, make sure you responsibly lock in Ohio State on the spread for the squad ride. Number 2, check out this article. We're going to drop the link one more time in the Twitch or the YouTube chat. Everybody, right now, there's no surge. So head over to the website. Click on the link that Goots is dropping. Thank you, Goots. Check out the article I put up there only a couple hours ago. Okay? W's. Appreciate you guys. Great BTL today. All right, we'll catch you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Excuse me. Squad Ride Ohio State +3.5. Let's cash that puppy. See you tomorrow. We'll be.